Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I bring you a video tonight titled "The Sexually Attractive, Unapologetic Man and His Heightened Experiences with Women." I got one for you tonight. But before we go any further, always know my videos, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But tonight's video, where I talk about the sexually attractive, unapologetic man and his heightened experiences with women. This particular video was brought about by the coaching call, the Zoom call that I have every week in my dating community, Matthew C. Horne Dating, on the school platform. Okay, that's where I take this information that I give you on YouTube and I personalize it for the men in the community. So I'm introducing that because some breakthroughs happened tonight on the coaching call. And I know that there's some breakthroughs that are waiting for you all that are under the sound of my voice. So this is me essentially letting you know that you're robbing yourself by not joining my dating coaching community. Because I want to talk about some things from the call, and how these men were impacted, the subjects that they introduced to me, and how they got to talk to me in real time and get answers that translated to instant breakthroughs. At the end of the call, I asked them if they had anything else they wanted to ask me, because I'm yours for an hour, on these calls in my community. And the gentleman on the call said they had nothing else that they could ask me. All they could do was contemplate everything that was said and catch up to the information that was delivered to them. This dating coach community is amazing. There's nothing like it. I promise you that. There's nothing like it, okay? So what I'm going to do tonight is introduce some of the talking points and some of the things that the gentleman in the dating coaching community on the call introduced to me tonight. And I want to give you some of the answers that I gave them. So this is a glimpse into what you get when you enter and join my dating coaching community. So I begin the call by doing a monologue, okay? I talk on a particular topic, and tonight's topic that I was speaking on was not offering anything to a woman in the material world, not selling her anything, not offering her anything, but offering yourself, and the dangers of offering the material world to a woman and not offering yourself to a woman. So that's how I started things off, by letting these men know that nothing good comes from offering anything in the material world to a woman. And this is derived, this is a real thing. Everything is connected, okay? This is derived from my book, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, Chapter 5, The Success Undershirt. Before I open the book, I'll explain what the Success Undershirt is. The Success Undershirt is when you meet a woman and you have amazing things going for you in your life that surround you in the material world, but you never mention those things as soon as you meet the woman. You only engage in conversation with her and offer yourself. A man who is sexually attracted, who has a full understanding of his masculine self. This man does not coerce or sell himself to women, sell anything in the material world to a woman. He just presents himself. So the woman has the privilege of encountering a sexually attractive man who is a departure from the normal men that she deals with. And she can identify the sexually attractive man because he's not offering her anything in the material world. He's not telling her about his job, his salary. He's not telling her about his Benz. He's not telling her about his penthouse, his cathedral ceilings in his place. And everything I just mentioned, like I have all of those things, right? But a woman would never know about those things as soon as she meets me. My mantra, and your mantra has to be, if you're going to have heightened experiences with women, is that I am enough. How I present myself to women, how I came out the house that particular day, it exudes the reality in the embodiment of me that I am enough. And that's how you have to deal with women. You cannot offer them anything from the material world. You cannot sell portions of yourself that are outside of yourself. Nothing in the material world should be introduced when you're meeting a woman. Because if you introduce things from the material world, you're telling that woman that you are not enough. You're telling her that I am going to apologize to you for my lack of desire for myself. When you offer things to a woman before you even know her name and know who she is, you're apologizing for the lack of attraction that she has to you because you're not attracted to yourself. This is what we talked about on the call tonight. That's why you have to join my dating coach community. Anytime you offer something from the material world or sell something from the material world to a woman that is outside of you, you are apologizing to her. You're apologizing for the lack of desire that you have for yourself and the perceived lack of desire that she has for you. That's why you're selling portions of yourself that are outside of yourself. Yes, you acquired nice things in life. You had some discipline. You had some work ethic. You accumulated some things. But those things are still outside of you. So if you identify with the material world as opposed to identifying with yourself as being enough, you will always sell the material world to the woman and you will apologize to her for her lack of desire to you. Her lack of desire for you because you do not desire yourself. Your experiences with women will not become balanced or heightened until you do not sell anything outside of yourself. And you never sell anything to a woman, you just present yourself to a woman. That is the heightened experiences that you have by virtue of you being the sexually attractive masculine man. You're not selling a goddamn thing. You're only presenting yourself. But I'm trying to tell you how everything is circular. Everything in my space is intertwined. So let's go to chapter 5, the Success Undershirt. In my book, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. I'm going to read a passage from chapter 5, okay? So I'm going to show you that this is real. This is real. I'm going to put it in the camera. Chapter 5, the Success Undershirt. How you should never wear your accomplishments on your sleeve. You wear them as an undershirt. I'm going to read a passage. I'm not sure if I actually done this before on a video, but I want to read a passage from this particular chapter. The insecure man leads in with the enormity of greatness that surrounds him. His occupation, salary, possessions will immediately come up in the conversation. Most often, this information will not be solicited by the woman. This kind of guy is insecure, and women know it. The secure man will let the wonderful embodiment of who he is come out gradually and naturally. Your decoration of accomplishments should be the icing on the cake. If you are secure within yourself, your confidence in who you are and not in what you possess will create all the required intrigue in a beautiful woman's mind. This will immediately compel her to want to further the conversation with you. So when women meet men, they're used to men not being enough within themselves. So they're used to meeting men who throw their accomplishments in her face because they're inadequate men, they're insecure men. But she's intrigued when you have these great accomplishments and she finds those things about you naturally without you telling her as soon as you meet her. She's intrigued because once you've accomplished great things in life and you don't necessarily lead in with those things, then she knows that you have an identity that is within yourself and not in the material world. That garners respect from the woman because most accomplished men are going to throw their accomplishments right in her face. So that's why I titled the chapter in my book, The Success Undershirt. You wear your accomplishments as an undershirt and you do not wear them on your sleeve. That was the psychology behind chapter 5, The Success Undershirt. And that's how I encourage you to go through life as you meet women. You wear your accomplishments, as an undershirt, but you present yourself to women. You present the embodiment of who you are, and you exude the energy of the man that's fully sold on himself. And let her fall in love with that energy. Let her be intrigued by that energy, and let her find out things about you that supports the energetic interpretation of you that she had when she met you. Women are not meeting you, they're meeting your energy. And if a woman knows that you are not sold on yourself, she cannot respect you. The only thing that a woman can do when she knows that you are not sold on yourself is to extract things from you and manipulate you. She manipulates you because you are manipulating her. This is what we talked about on the call tonight. You're manipulating a woman because you're trying to sell her things to coerce her to come to your side and be attracted to you. That is manipulation. When everything in the material world that surrounds you is what you identify with, and you lead in with those things and you sell those things, you're trying to convince her to come to your side. That is manipulation. And she understands that you don't respect yourself enough to lead in with yourself. So she understands that you don't respect yourself. Her natural instinct is to play with you because you're playing with yourself. If you're not sold on yourself, then you're lost. And if a woman knows that you're lost, then she's going to play with you because you don't have any solid foundation of grounding within yourself. You're food if you're lost. When you introduce the material world and offerings to a woman, as soon as you meet her, she knows that you're lost. You haven't found yourself. But when a woman knows that you found yourself, she understands that because you didn't sell anything outside of yourself. You've become enough internally. You're living from the inside out. And when a woman knows that you're living from the inside out, she knows that she can't manipulate you. So the only choice that she has to deal with you is to go to her biology and determine how sexually attracted that she is to you. When she knows there's no room to play with her or to play with you, then she has to examine her own biology, the level of sexual attraction that she has to you. That's going to determine if she decides to stay in your space or not. When you lead in with yourself, you attract the right women and you repel the wrong women. You attract the right women because they know that you're sold on yourself. And they are enamored with the fact that you didn't introduce the material world to her. So you're attractive on a biological level. And if you sell things in the material world that surrounds you, she knows that you are not into yourself. You don't desire yourself. You're not at one with yourself. You haven't found yourself. You're double-minded. You're all over the place. So she's going to take you for as much of a ride as she possibly can before you realize that she's there for the wrong reasons. You determine how women interact with you. You determine which women enter your space. But the determination of how women enter your space is based on the level of understanding and acceptance that you have of yourself. So if you have not found yourself, you're lost. And once you've found yourself, every interaction with women will be heightened because she is dealing with you. You're only dealing with women that are dealing with you. And when women come into your space and they deal with everything that surrounds you, now you have entered her playground. You've entered her playground because you're playing with your goddamn self. A man who has not found himself is playing with himself. And so that's very important. It's very important. You have to not give women any space to play with you. And you unconsciously and consciously show the woman that you're not a man to be played with when you don't introduce anything outside of yourself. You're saying, I'm here. Do you want to be here? I am enough. Do you see me as enough? That is the only way to begin an interaction with the woman, because the way that you begin with a woman is the way that the relationship and the interaction is going to be. That's called a precedent. That's called a foundation. Your foundation has to be within yourself, and you have to present yourself so that the woman can decide to what degree that she wants to interact with you based on her encountering you, because you've accepted yourself. So your acceptance of yourself, the ability for you to find yourself, that's going to determine the foundation that is built with every woman that you deal with. It's really that simple. You've either found yourself or you're food out here. Women play with food. Women respect men who respect themselves, who found themselves, because there's no room to play with you. There's no room to play with you. And something else that one of the gentlemen introduced on the call tonight, they introduced some great topics that we discussed for an hour. One of the gentlemen introduced seducing a woman by taking her on dates, essentially introducing the material world to get the woman to gain a level of attraction to him that he had for her. Introducing the material world. And I told the gentleman that I personally don't seduce women. You can't extract water from a rock. The woman is attracted to you or she's not. But some women will let you know that they're attracted to you, but then they're not fully attracted to you, okay? This is when seduction actually enters the fray, enters the equation. The woman has to show some level of desire and attraction to you. And the only time that you should seduce a woman, she has a level of interest in you, okay? And you'll know that instinctively. And I told the gentleman on the call, I said, listen, man, if you're going to seduce a woman, that means that you tell her everything that you want to do with her. You look her dead in her eye or you whisper in her ear and you tell her everything that you want to do with her. At that point, she understands that you're not afraid to lose her. You're more concerned with losing yourself than losing her when you talk to her in an unapologetic fashion. This is really important. I want you all to listen. So you raise her level of attraction by her having an understanding that she's in the presence of a real man. So she can be attracted to you, but you can seduce her, so to speak, and raise her level of attraction to her being sexually attracted to you when you tell her exactly everything that you want to do with her. Now her biology is heightened because she's in the presence of a man. A man is unapologetic. A man who has not found himself is apologetic. He's constantly giving her things to apologize for the lack of desire that he has for himself and the perceived lack of desire that she has for him. That's why he offers her things. So that's seduction right there. You tell her everything that you want to do with her in an unapologetic fashion. When you talk to the woman in that level of a straight line, she knows that you're not afraid to lose her. She knows that you found yourself. She knows that you're grounded in yourself. She knows that you're not concerned with the material world. You're only concerned with yourself and the experience that you want to have with her. And that speaks volumes to a woman, and it stimulates her biology because she was created to submit to a masculine man. And that's how you can seduce her from attraction to heightened attraction where she offers herself to you, because you let her know she's in the presence of a man. She's in the presence of an unapologetic, sexually attractive man. She has to take another look at you. And once she takes another look at you, she says, I'm in the presence of a man. He is a departure from these men that are offering me things who are not sold on themselves. And so you talk to her as a man. But there still has to be a level of attraction present for you to elevate her level of attraction to sexual attraction. So when you talk to her as a man and you let her know point blank, you don't care about losing her and that you're not going to lose yourself. She's in the presence of masculinity, and that stimulates her feminine biology. And when her feminine biology is stimulated, now she becomes sexually attracted to you because her biology is stimulated. She's in the exact place that she was created to be with the exact man that she was created to submit to. When you're unafraid, that means you're unapologetic. It's as simple as that. And another thing that we talked about on the call, one of the gentlemen talked about the matrix and society and how his mind was being reframed and how he's being forced to recreate himself based on the information that I'm giving, because now he's being introduced to himself. And he talked about how society tells men to cater to women and how his mind in his spirit and his intellect is now separating from the societal programming that puts him under submission to women. Society wants men in submission to women. Because a man is dangerous when he cannot be controlled by the indoctrination of society. So I talked to him about the matrix. The matrix is predicated on you having an identity outside of yourself. And if you have an identity outside of yourself, your value can be sold to you. And once your value is sold to you, it's never going to be enough, and that's how you cannot escape the matrix, societal programming. The way I explained it was, every time that you acquire the things that society tells you that you need in order to be whole, in order to be recognizable, every time you acquire that, society is going to give you something else to acquire. So I described the matrix as a perpetual dangling carrot. Check out my book, The Successful Dreamer, How to Unapologetically Live Your Truth. I have an entire chapter about how to escape the matrix. So society benefits from the ignorance of the man. Society benefits from the man not having an identity that is rooted and grounded in himself. Because when a man is rooted and grounded in himself, he cannot be indoctrinated. He can only be fixated within himself, and now he's imposing himself on life as opposed to life imposing its agenda on him. The life that opposes the agenda on the man, that's the matrix. That's the invisible hand. That's the force. That's the force with the agenda to keep the man in submission to the matrix and in submission to the woman. But you have to escape the matrix. And the only way to escape the matrix is to be true to yourself, to live from the inside out, to impose your desires on the world and not let the world dictate your desires to you. That's why you're frustrated, because there's a masculine man inside of you that's being suppressed by the indoctrination of the world. Every kiss begins with K. The world tells you you have to buy diamonds to get into the space of a woman in an intimate way. They didn't say sex begins with K. They said a fucking kiss begins with K. They're saying that woman is more valuable than you. Buy her some diamonds so that the society can benefit from you being a perpetual ATM. You have to pay attention to the indoctrination of society, and you have to realize that it is not set to benefit you. It's set to control you and extract resources from you and keep you in submission. Society tells you that her vagina is more valuable than your penis. Society says, jump through these hoops, spend this money to get some pussy. That's what society tells you. Do anything to get that pussy. But when you have a full understanding of yourself, you understand that your dick is a gift because you were meant to lead her. You were not meant to apologize to her for her lack of attraction and desire for you and offer her things. You were meant to lead her. Society doesn't want you to understand the strength and the power and the prowess that you possess as a man. Society wants you weak because a society of strong men means that the matrix becomes obsolete. There's no overarching agenda that can control the natural leaders of society, which is the man, if you have an identity that is fixated within yourself. So you have to go deeper into yourself in order to be the man that's recognizable to society and to women as a whole. When you become a man that's grounded within yourself, the sexy, attractive man that imposes himself on life, that has the heightened experiences with women, when you become that man, you are unapologetic. You're not apologizing for being yourself. You've given yourself full permission to be yourself, and you haven't allowed the matrix to give you permission to be whatever it's telling you that you are. Your identity is fixated within yourself, or is fixated within what society is telling you about yourself. And you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision to sit still and fully inhale yourself and understand yourself and the impact and the design that you were created to make on society. That's a decision that you have to make as a man. Masculinity dictates himself to life. Masculinity makes the world adjust to him. The world adjusts to him because he cannot adjust to the world. When you have a full understanding of yourself and you're unapologetically you, it's impossible to accept the indoctrination of the matrix. It's impossible to accept hoops and games and power plays from women because you are living your unapologetic self and you understand what you deserve to come back to you by virtue of what you're giving. That is the masculine, sexually attractive man that is unapologetic, who has heightened experiences with women. And every experience in life becomes heightened because you're bringing your most heightened version of yourself to the world. Because you have a heightened acceptance and understanding of yourself. Your experiences will not be consistently heightened or consistently enjoyable until you become a heightened man that is unapologetic, that has fully accepted himself, and that is not afraid to tell women or society what the hell he wants. And become a man that is deserving of those experiences. That is the most dangerous man right there in society. A man that has become a match for the various things that he wants because he's only concerned with what he wants and not what society is telling him that he should want. That is the most dangerous man, and that is the absolute leader that was created to lead the woman. That's why her biology is stimulated when she has a level of attraction to you, and then she understands that she's in the presence of a masculine man. Her biology is stimulated because she was created to submit to that man. She says, oh my God, he was attractive, but damn, I have to jump his bones now. I have to offer myself to him. I have to have sex with him. Because this is the man that I was created to submit to. This is a man. This is a man that's in full understanding of himself. This is what masculinity looks like. This is what I've been yearning for. That's how you seduce a woman. You show her the man that she's been yearning for. I can't make it any more plain than that. I know I went a little deep, but y'all hang in there with me, man. It's a breakthrough on the other side of you fully inhaling this message. I promise you that. And I'll end it. I'm going to end this on a very powerful note, okay? You thought I went deep just now. Wait till you hear what I'm about to say now, okay? When you're an unapologetic man, and you're not afraid to lose any woman, and you're afraid to lose yourself because you found yourself, right? When you become that man, every woman will not call you by your name. She will call you Adam. Adam is the most seductive name that a man can be called. When God created Adam, and he got Adam used to having dominion, he instructed Adam to name the animals. He walked with Adam. He had Adam to walk with him in the garden. He had Adam to get used to and acclimated to getting instructions from the most purest source, which is the source that created him. So once God got Adam used to submitting to creation, understanding his place in creation, and submitting to the voice of God, he says, okay, now I can trust you to give you a companion. So he put Adam to sleep, extracted Eve from his rib, and then he woke Adam up, and the first thing that he told Adam to do was to name her. God named her Eve. Adam named her woman. Adam said, she's bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. I'll call her woman because she came from my womb. She came from me. Whoa, man. He understood that his name was Adam and that he was a man. So he named her woman. So the first instruction that God gave Adam was to take dominion over the spouse that he gave him. He says, name her. He says, I named her Eve. What are you going to name her? Adam said, woman. So every woman that's in full submission to you by virtue of you accepting yourself and understanding yourself, in essence, she's going to call you Adam. When you heighten her level of attraction to you, it's not because you had on the latest designer. It's not because you got in the gym. It's not because you became the most elevated version of yourself. It's because she realizes that you're in full masculinity. You taking your original role that she was biologically inclined to submit to. She becomes irreversibly seduced by you when she can call you Adam. When she can reconnect to her original biology, and she understands that you've connected to your original biology, that you named her. She says, this is the man that named me. He's not afraid to lose me. I can't manipulate this guy and play with him. Sex can't move this guy. The only thing that this guy is moved by is himself and his understanding of himself and his understanding of his place in creation. He's called Adam. She's irreversibly seduced by you when she understands that you know your real name. Now, our natural names, a lot of times they have meaning. Like my name is Matthew, which means gift from God. Yeah, I have natural meaning, but my highest name is Adam. And your highest name is Adam. And when you meet the woman as Adam, and she recognizes that you fully understand yourself and your place in creation, then you are the man that she wants to pair herself with. Because she was created to submit to Adam, because Adam named her. So either you're going to be your natural self who's been apologizing to women, or you're going to take your rightful place in creation and be the man who named the woman, Adam. So think about that. These women are waiting to meet Adam. Yeah, she's been indoctrinated by all of the crazy stuff to tell her to take advantage of men and treat them this way, bring them under submission, and make them give me offerings and gifts and all of the crazy stuff that has these women the most unmarried they've ever been in history. But why not disrupt her world as Adam? Why not stimulate her biology so that she understands that she's in the presence of the original man? And when she understands that she's in the presence of the original man, she will naturally submit to you and take her place in submission to the original man. And she'll recognize that this is not the average man. This is the man that named me. I have nothing else for you. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Just bringing you a video tonight talking about the sexually attractive, unapologetic man and his heightened experiences with women. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And if you want me to make a custom video for you, I hear you all in the comments. Make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. There's a note feature on PayPal or Cash App that you can leave the title of the video that you want me to specifically make for you. Once you do that, once you make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App, and you leave the note in the note feature in terms of what you want me to speak about, your video will be on my channel, Matthew C. Horne Dating, in 24 hours or less. And if your video title, your subject matter is more in-depth than just leaving a message on PayPal or Cash App, you still make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or Cash App that's in my video description. And then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your more in-depth description of what you want me to speak about. And then I will have your video on my channel in 24 hours or less. It's that easy. And if you've been enlightened, if you've been elevated by virtue of encountering my message in this video, I want you to make a donation to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. I'll never tell you what to donate. Just donate according to how you've been impacted. Because I know they're not spitting it like this. Because I don't sound like anybody else. Because I found myself. And by virtue of me finding myself, I'm a gift to you. I told you what my name is. I told you what my name means. And it really has meaning. So if I've been a gift to you tonight, I want you to make a donation to my PayPal or Cash App that's in my video description. And if you're in need of coaching, if my voice resonates with you, and you understand that you have some impediments, some struggles, some difficulties in the dating space that you've been unable to overcome, I want you to email me at matthewchorne.com. I'm your dating coach, okay? Email me at matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter. Leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space. I'll read the email, do an assessment, and I'll get right back to you. And then I'll bring you the terms of the coaching. And then once you accept the terms, we'll set the date and time, and the coaching will take place. Some amazing breakthroughs are happening in my one-on-one coaching. I'm also still looking for 5 individuals that I can coach over the duration of a year. The slots are filling up. They're not fully filled up, okay? I want you all to get this year-long coaching. If I resonate with you, you understand that this is a very heightened level of gain and information and revelation. It's coming from a real source. I'm a real dating coach, okay? If you could benefit from coaching from me over the duration of a year, coaching and mentorship, I want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave mentorship in the subject matter. Leave your name, your phone number, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you are in the dating space, and where you want to be. I'll do the assessment, I'll get right back to you, and then we can determine if we're a good fit to work with one another. I'm going to call you. Within this dating coaching, you're going to get at least 3 coaching calls per week. In addition to that, we're going to meet up in person as well. I don't care where you are in the world. We're going to meet up in person at least one time. And you're going to take the information that I've coached you on, and I want to see you in person. We're going to go out together. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk to women. And I want to assess you in person. It's going to be very personalized. In addition to that, you have 24-hour access to me. That's why I can only take on 5 people. I have the bandwidth for 5 people because this is very personalized. You can be in a situation with a woman. You can have certain outcomes that you want with a particular woman, and you can call me anytime. And then we can have a conversation about it, and you can get immediate guidance in the moment. That's why this is personalized. There's nothing like it, I promise. Give me a year of your life will never be the same. Once again, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave mentorship in the subject matter of the email, your name, your phone number, and where you are in the dating space and where you want to go. That's the body of the email. Okay, like I said, I'll do the assessment. I'll get right back to you. I'll call you. And we'll determine if we're a good fit to work with one another over the duration of a year. This is going to be the most life-changing thing you ever done, and I stand on this. You give me a year of your life, I promise you it will never be the same. Lastly, my dating coaching community on the school platform. Just how I introduce concepts that we discussed tonight on my Zoom call for my dating coaching community, you can get this level of game every week. In this particular community, I give 2 exclusive videos just for the community every week. I allow the members of the community to give me topics that they want me to speak on, and I put their videos in the community, and I allow everyone in the community to benefit. You all can get whatever videos that you made on whatever topic. I'm going to make the videos exclusively for the community. Every video that I've made is archived, so you can join now, and you can go back and look at the backlog of videos I have. Every Zoom call that I've had, it's archived in the community. You can catch up on every Zoom call that I've had as well. It's an amazing space. The revelation, the game, the information, everything is super high level. And then you have the once a week Zoom calls. That's the cornerstone of the community. That's where it gets personalized. You have an hour with me every week. The game is incredible in this space. So I want you to sign up for my dating coaching community on the school platform, okay? The link to sign up will be in the video description as well as pinned to the top of the comments. I want you all to sign up. Everyone under the sound of my voice, if you've been impacted by this video, by this message, I want you to sign up. And that's all I have for you. We took some turns tonight. We took a very deep dive into the power of being an unapologetic man and the heightened experiences that are the consequence of being the unapologetic man. But underneath it all, this woman is going to call you by your name, or she's going to call you Adam. Her biology is going to be stimulated. No seduction needed past that point, because she's in the space of the original man that she was created to submit to, the original man that named her. How much more game can you have than that? I'll see you all soon.